Parshat Devarim, Perek Aleph, Pasuk Chaf Gimel. We read the following: Vayitav be'enei hadavar ve'ekach mikem 12 anashim. Moshe Rabbeinu recounts the story of the Meragalim and how the people came to him demanding that he send spies to scout the land. Moshe admitted that the idea found favor in his eyes at the time. However, as Rashi puts it, Moshe said, "It looked good to my eyes, but not in the eyes of the Holy One." Often a person may look at a situation and think that he or she understands it well enough to make an educated decision, yet, upon further review, it becomes clear that Borei Olam feels otherwise. When we believe events are conspiring to harm us or cause us suffering, it may be just that Borei Olam is sending us a message that we must look carefully, for he is always looking out for our well-being. The Machon Zichron Aharon publishing house publishes old manuscripts, at times bringing them to light centuries after they were originally written. Rabbi C.Y. Porish, the director of the publishing house, shared an amazing story illustrating Kucha Barichu's magnificent Hashgacha Peratit. One day, Rabbi Porish received a call from an Askan looking to publish the works of Rav Avrohom Shaag, a close Talmid of the Chatam Sofer, as well as the Rabbi of Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld. The costs of gathering piecemeal sections of old manuscripts found from around the world was exorbitant, yet he was happy to cover the budget. Reb Purish was curious as to why the caller chose this. "You see," replied the Askan, "two of my granddaughters are afflicted with a rare medical disorder, and we have invested tremendous sums of money to make their lives as fruitful and as productive as possible. After those two granddaughters were born, my son and daughter-in-law had a third child, a boy. He is completely healthy, Baruch Hashem. Now grown up and in Shidduchim, he should have been snatched up right away, as he is a Baal Kishron, a Baal Midot, with a fabulous personality. Alas, being that his sisters suffer from a rare medical condition, the prospects are concerned that he too will have children with the very same disorder. And what won't a grandfather do to help his grandchildren? We want to help, and we want to solve the problem. And to that end, I'm working on two fronts. On the medical front, I hired a team of doctors to research the gene that causes the disorder and to see whether or not it will affect my grandson's future. On the spiritual front, I went to an Adam Gadol who advised me to retain a good attorney, meaning to perform an act of chesed on behalf of a tzaddik. And after cogitating, I made the decision to bring to life the dormant writings of Rabbi Avrohom Shaag, hoping that he will be the advocate for my grandson. This loving and caring grandfather happily donated the $150,000. 180 years later, these manuscripts would begin to see the light of day as Reb Porish set out on his mission to retrieve the scattered writings from a variety of locations. It was a 7-year-long process that saw incredible siyata dishmaya, and throughout the journey on multiple occasions, the benefactor had asked Reb Porish to go to the kever of this great tzaddik, grasping pieces of this manuscript, requesting that he be a me'elitz yosher for the family. Each time the rabbi, of course, acquiesced with pleasure. At one point, the rabbi discovered that Rav Shaag had a living descendant, Rav Avigdor, who lived in the Zichron Moshe neighborhood. Reb Porish arranged a visit and found an elderly man weak and bedridden. Reb Porish introduced himself and explained the mission he was on, and Rav Avigdor appeared relieved. He instructed Reb Porish to climb up to a high shelf and retrieve a box. Inside were another 150 pages of Kitvei Yad manuscripts that had been passed down from one generation to the next. Rav Avigdor cried out, "I was asked by my father to publish these pages, yet I am worried I will never have the privilege." Naturally, Reb Porish promised to have them published along with all of the other pages that he had uncovered. 3 days later, Rav Avigdor returned his soul to his creator. Ultimately, 5 volumes were published, including She'elot Uteshuvot and Chidushim on Shatz, a monumental and magnificent achievement. Simultaneously, the benefactor worked feverishly to isolate the gene responsible for the rare condition affecting his grandchildren. And then one day, Hadassah Ein Kerem called. The gene had been isolated. And if their potential spouse was not a carrier, there would be no further risk. Ecstatic, this wonderful hero of a grandfather shared the news with his children and grandchildren, bringing a ray of light to the long, dark period of suffering. And to whom did the credit go for isolating this gene? Which doctor made the discovery? None other than Professor Avrohom Shaag. When asked if he was related to the Rav Avrohom Shaag, he indeed confirmed that he was a grandson and the son of Rav Avigdor, who had just days before he died given the 150 additional pages from his ancestors to publish. Phenomenal hashgacha piratit. In the depths of a devoted grandfather's heart, he embarked on a journey seeking a cure, and in his pursuit he discovered the incredible miracles of Kucha B'richu. He bifurcated his hishtadlut by simultaneously traveling on both a spiritual and a material plane. Sometimes it just takes both. With open eyes and a gentle neshama, he witnessed divine wonders unfold, a powerful testament to the boundless miracles that surround all of Am Yisrael, if only we're willing to see. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.